We've heard from the experts on the first day of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. Let's head to the streets now and get the views of South Africans on how they see the whole scenario around the investigation or the hearings on whether there's police interference or interference in the criminal justice system as well as corruption. Bring in SABC News anchor Mbali Thethani, who's out on the streets for us, Mbali. And you've been able to gauge the sentiment among the public, at least in Johannesburg. What have people been telling you?
Well, certainly, Tembegile, of course, we are continuing with the reaction following the first day of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, of course, looking into political interference as well as corruption within law enforcement and the judiciary. But of course, we are currently on Jarrison Street when we find ourselves just outside of Wits University, and we're going to bring in now students, and they're just going to give us their view in terms of the first day of the commission. First up, we have Somo. Somo, you've been monitoring what's been taking place today with General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi giving his testimony at the Madlanga Commission. Give us your thoughts so far. What are your thoughts on the evidence he gave today?
Well, thank you very much, and greetings to the viewers at home. I think before I even delve into that, as a society and as a future legal prospective professional, I'm very disappointed with the establishment of the Commission of Inquiry to begin with. But moreover, I don't think there's really extensive or substantial evidence, to say the least, as to what Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi gave in respect of the commission today. It's not different from the press briefing that was given. So really, I think the commission in itself is just, squandering of money and state resources.
Yeah, but he says that there's evidence that he will be giving to the commission. Also, we do know that he is expected to give in camera more testimony.
Okay, so yes, that could possibly assist the commission to a certain extent in terms of giving more extensive evidence and so forth. But the very same investigation could have, the very same evidence could have been given through the press briefing and so forth, to just give South Africans a more explosive press briefing than the Commission of Inquiry, because it's futile. I mean, a press briefing doesn't cost as much as a commission would cost.
All right, thank you so much, Hlompa. I'm also now going to bring in Mulatto. Mulatto, maybe give us your views in terms of the commission, which is now officially underway. We do know that there was a bit of technical glitches before it was set to commence. We've now seen Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, following that explosive press briefing, now giving his evidence and testimony at the inquiry. What are your thoughts?
Thank you, Mbali, and good evening to the viewers at home. I have quite high expectations of the commission. As a prospective legal practitioner, I think it is very central to the legitimacy of state power, and I think as South Africans we have like high hopes in respect of the commission, because it speaks to compliance and it speaks to the legitimacy of state power and the trust that people have in our judiciary. So I have high hopes that this time around the commission will offer really actionable recommendations, and I really hope that the president takes action, right? Because it speaks on, if people do not believe in our courts and the judiciary, and it's the perception on the judiciary is like hindered, then we're not heading to the right direction. So Thank you.
All right, I'm also now going to bring in another student here from Wits University. His name is Atsimo. Atsimo, I mean, what are your biggest takeaways from the first day of the Commission of Inquiry? We've heard Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi even going as far as saying that he has evidence to back what he's saying, implicating the police commissioner in political interference. What are your thoughts on his testimony today?
Well, my thoughts on what Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has brought today into the commission clearly strengthened my opinions about it, that his accusations were well backed up. And then I'm also of the firm view that through time, maybe, and through the commission, our hope in the judiciary system can be restored through, because by what he has provided today, one can be convinced that really General Mkhwanazi knows what he's speaking about. Then truly, if the commission carries it out and is not there is no infiltration, we can really have a productive commission.
Thank you so much. I'm also now going to bring in a young lady, Angelique. Angelique, you've seen the first day of the commission getting underway. Some of the accusations are brought to the table once again. This time around, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is saying that there is evidence to back what he is saying. What are your thoughts so far? And do you think that we will get to the bottom of all of these, the allegations that have been brought forward by the KZN Police Commissioner?
Well, thank you, Mbali. I think what Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi did today was very brave. He started in July. I mean, he came out. That was very explosive, very brave. And when it comes to the commission, I think that it uncovering the truth completely depends on how the process will unfold. We are looking here at individuals that may be seen as classified. How do we know that the commission will balance transparency and confidentiality in these cases? You know, how will they then share what they find with the public? And I really do hope that we get reports in 3 months and in 6 months, because there's approximately 148 million rand being used on this commission. So if it's really going to be a commission that's being done with this amount of money, after the damage that was done, the extent of what's being spoken about here is very deep. We're speaking about the police ministry here, man. We're speaking about the lives of South Africans. We're speaking about the safety of South Africans. So I think that it's very, very important that this commission brings out the truth and that the reports actually unveil every single thing. Because if they're going to speak confidentiality, then not only was it a waste of taxpayers' money, and again I will mention we're speaking approximately 148 million rands. It's also just someone getting off with playing with safety and people's lives. I think that the commission will depend on how the processes unfold. Right now we can see that court is happening with MK. Let's just see, man. I don't know.
All right. Thank you so much, Angelique. Kanya, give us your thoughts. I don't have much time left anymore. What are your thoughts on the commission which is underway? Do you think that it was premature? We know that the MK party is taking this issue to court. And just overall, what do you think of the first day so far of this commission?
Well, I don't think it's premature, because now we have two ministers that are one is at home and is getting paid, and then they are not actually doing anything. So I don't think it's premature, and I think it starting this early, it will help the commission to make a recommendation for actually prosecuting the people who are implicated in this matter. So we can see even with the Zondo Commission, it took over 3 years, and then that long period brought contradictory evidence that delayed. That's why even now it's not concluded. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kanya. All right, Timbigile, as you heard there, those are the views of some of the students here from Wits University, really from an array of different courses. Some are legal students, some are also education students, and some are engineering students, just giving us their thoughts when it comes to the first day of that Commission of Inquiry. And you would remember that tomorrow the Pretoria High Court is set to hear that court case being brought forward by the MK party and former President Jacob Zuma, calling on for this commission not to go ahead. And you would know that they are saying that they've really been against this commission from the onset, and saying that, well, there still needs to be a bit of time, and it's basically premature to go ahead and have and continue with this commission. All right, that's it from us here on the streets of Braamfontein on Jarrison Street, to be in particular.